Hot sports all plays. 365, we making the plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. Great eye in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace up the field, so type the laces. Hot sports all plays. Network. Hot sports all plays. Network. We on top of our game. Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays.
Yo, what's up with it, you guys? This is Freddie here from the All Sports All Plays Network. This is the Real Talk. We join with the one and only Chris Brown once again. What's up with it, Chris?
Man, what's up, everybody? You know, we bringing the heat today. We're bringing the heat today. I'm going to kill Freddie. Everybody that missed that debate, Freddie lost. I'm going to kill him for it later on. But, man, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to talk sports, man. So it's been a great day today.
All right. Well, as Chris said, Jay won. Shout out to Jay. Congratulations. He did a wonderful job. Coach Cam was not able to make the show tonight, so we have the con man just filling in for him. What's up with it? The con man?
Good evening, gentlemen. And as Chris stated, it was a great debate. Y'all did great, and I just want to publicly acknowledge that you both did a great job.
All right. So we have Landon. What's up with Landon? He's joining the show as well.
What's up, everybody? I'm excited to be here. That debate was fire. We got some fire topics, so ready to get moving. And rant on the first one. Just saying.
All right. You guys know how we start the show. We have to pay the bills. We have a lady out there in Oregon by the name of Misty Meadows. Hey, hit her up. You want your jury? It's $5 jury. Valentine's Day, Christmas, New Year's is gone, Valentine's Day is on its way. If you have somebody special in your life, want to give them something, nothing too expensive, but something, nice with a good quality product, hit her up. You can call her 541-294-5218, or you can hit her up the website. The promo code is 160920. Chris, we've been doing this ever since, for a while now. We've been giving out, prizes to our viewers. Tell them a little bit about it.
Yes. So, as Freddie talked about, Suzanne's giving you a good deal. We're at ASAP. What we're doing is for our viewers, what I want you to do is like the video, comment the video, like the page, share the page, just share our content. At the end of the month, we're going to add everything up to see who does it the most. And at the end of the month, we're going to crown that person a viewer of the month. And that viewer of the month is going to get their very own ASAP Network t-shirt. Now, you can also message us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. If you're somebody that likes our, network, likes our page, like what we do, but you're not able to make every show, or comment on every video, you can message us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Shirts are $14.99 plus shipping and handling. Like I said, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Shirts $14.99 plus shipping and handling. And we're going to get it to you ASAP.
All right. We have one more on the list. And that's Misty Meadows, Oregon made. Misty Meadows, Jam and More. Check them out at 48053 Highway 101 South in Brandon, Oregon, or give them a call at 541-347-2575. All right, gentlemen, let's get the show on the road. Man, can we all agree that, I know what Chris can answer this on Real Talk this week, that we've had some fire. We had Jeremy Green from ESPN Radio Monday. We had the crazy topics on today. We got Landon, the con man, today, and on Monday we have another special show. I don't know if we're gonna spoil it just yet. We might spoil it at the end. We'll see.
We're gonna spoil it to them just yet. We're gonna let them wait.
Yeah, we'll just let them wait for it. And man, I don't expect nothing less on this show. I believe we're gonna bring the fire as we always do. Let's roll. Let's roll to the first topic. Man, we seen Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith win the Heisman Trophy. But did he win? Did he deserve it, though? We're going to start this one off with Chris Brown. We're going to start off and get it heated up a little bit.
I mean, I'll keep it short and simple because I know Landon wants to rage because I know Landon's an Alabama guy. But here's my thing. I was so disgusted seeing people, on my Twitter feed, on my Instagram feed, on my Facebook feed, talking about all these other players deserved it. They talk about Mac Jones, they're talking about Trevor Lawrence. Please stop it. There was only one Heisman winner this year, and it was Devonta Smith. This man put on a hell of a performance, over 1,600 yards, over 100 receptions, 20 touchdowns. This dude was balling. He's looking like he's going to translate into the pros. And the reason why I'm really saying this guy won it, because I want him to be Eagle. That's all I gotta say. But listen. Honestly, this dude put on a great year from a wide receiver perspective. I mean, he did his thing. He's deserving of it, in my opinion. I don't think it was close.
All right. Well, Landon, since you ready, you excited, you pumped up about this, let's go ahead and let's hear it from you.
Look, I don't even know why this is a question. Yes, he's the Heisman. I mean, let's just look at the semifinal against Notre Dame, right? 130 yards, 7 receptions, and 3 touchdowns against apparently the 4th best team in the country, right? That's insane. And I want to look at the season, and I'm going to make a comparison here in just a second. This season, his Heisman season, 105 receptions, 1,641 yards, 20 touchdowns, and that's in 12 games, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Davante Adams, the best receiver in the NFL, with 115 receptions, just a little bit more than Devonta Smith, okay? 1,374 yards, 18 touchdowns in 14 games, so 2 more than Devonta Smith. And Devonta Smith put up better numbers. And Devonta Smith has no quarterback like Aaron Rodgers. Okay? So, yes, he is the Heisman, and there's no debating it. It's over. Trevor Lawrence, sure, he's okay. He's decent, but he's no Devonta Smith, and that's where it is. And it's going to go over to the pros, and he's going to be insane. And I'm just going to leave it there. That's all I got to say.
Man, Landon coming over here talking, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, you got a fan. Hey, you got somebody that loves you. That's cool to know. Hey, Mike Conman, educate us.
Yes,
I
sir.
want to hear this. I'm ready to hear this.
My take is that no, I have somebody else. No, I'm only joking. It was obviously Devonta Smith. He had a great year. You guys already gave up the stats he put up, but what's really I guess relevant is the fact that he's the first one in 29 years to be even given consideration for that award. You know what I mean? And he's joined some well-known players such as Desmond Howard, Tim Brown, and of course Johnny Rodgers. But he received 447 first-place votes. He put up the numbers. Like he said, he transcends the game. He's NFL ready. He not only talked the talk, he walked the walk, and I think it was a clear choice for him to be the Heisman Trophy winner. I don't think there's any doubt.
All right. I definitely agree with each one of you guys. Really not too much to get into it. He's my Heisman winner as well. Do you guys have any rebuttals? Anything you guys want to add to it before we get to the next thing?
We all agree.
We all agree.
Right.
Hopefully he's in the Eagle uniform. I just want somebody, man. We're not gonna get
Brian,
somebody.
I guess he's talking about you, Landon. Let me guess, you're an Alabama fan?
I am. No, my dad is not. Okay. So I was talking to him the other day, right? And he was like, I'm going to root for Ohio State Monday. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're a Browns fan, too. You like rooting for losers.
Oh, man.
That's what I told him. So
Oh, man.
we'll see. Hopefully I can back that up.
Oh, man.
Hey, Brian. Hey, I agree. At the end of the show, Michael, I want you to give us one of your legendary stories. We want you to bring it to Real Talk like you do on the Bar Basketball Show on tomorrow. But we want you to bring one tonight, all right?
I got about 500 of them, man. No problem. No problem.
There you go. All right. Well, let's bring in one of the topics that we always do here on Real Talk. This is our NFL hot takes. Hey, this one where we let a lot of stuff off our chest, a lot of crazy predictions, and hey, since we went with Chris first on the last one, let's go ahead and go with Michael. Michael, give us a hot take for the NFL, my brother.
I guess the hot take it would probably be the wild card matchups and what we're going to have and who we're going to think is going to win in the wild card matchups. I'm going to give you mine. I'll give you mine real quick. I'm going to go with Saturday's games, the Colts versus Bills. I think the Bills are hot and running. I think I'm going to go with the Bills 27-21. Game 2, the Rams versus Seattle. I keep flip-flopping on this one because I know the Rams have a great defense. But I'm going to lean towards Seattle. I got Seattle going 27-24. And Tampa Bay against that Washington team. How are you going to go against Mr. Tom Brady? I'm going Tampa Bay 34-21.
All righty. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give my hot take real quick.
Don't steal mine.
I'm going to stick with that Washington and Tampa game.
Yo, please.
Okay. Stick with it. Chris Young is going to he's more likely going to win the Rookie Defensive Player of the Year. He did a little chalking with the gums, saying that he's going for Mr. Tom Brady. Chase Young, be ready. Hey, I want you right now. There's no time to be partying. There's no time going out doing this. You need to be at home on that field clicking. Because guess what Tom Brady doing right now? He's clicking. He's watching highlights. He's watching film. You need to be doing the same thing. You need to do it more. Because Tom Brady is coming. Tom Brady is one of the greatest quarterbacks, if not the best, in the game today. And guess what? You know what? He needs to realize that Tom Brady is not the only option on that team. He's going to have to go through that offensive line. He's going to go through players before he can get to Tom Brady. But hey, I want to see you putting the work on. I want you to make it uncomfortable for Tom Brady. I believe you can. But if you're going to do the talk, you need to do the walk. We've seen a lot of people come out to Brady, and we've seen a lot of people fail. Chase Young, I believe in you. Let's see what you can do. All right, Chris. Give us a hot take.
Wow. So there's been a lot of news coming out, right, about Deshaun Watson. A lot of news. If you've been following, here on Real Talk, I've been saying for a while, I've been upset at Deshaun for even signing that extension because I could have predicted what's going to happen right now. So I believe Deshaun Watson will be traded. Now, who's the trade for him? You got a number of teams. You got the Broncos. To me, they're a quarterback away. The Colts, to me, they're a quarterback away. The 49ers, to me, quarterback away. The Bears are close. But a team that could possibly do it, the Dolphins are in the mix too. My hot take is that he's going to be traded to a team, and if he gets traded to one of those teams I just named the next year, they're going to make the Super Bowl. You put him on the Colts, they're making the Super Bowl. You put him on the 49ers, easily making the Super Bowl. Put him on the Broncos, they're better than the Chiefs. Yes, Deshaun Watson is one of them type quarterbacks. Yes, he led the league in pass yards this year. Yes, he had one of the highest completion percentages this year. With no running game, you're talking about a team that 11 air losses or by 8 points or less. His defense let him down. I remember watching the Colts when his wide receivers fumbled. Deshaun Watson did more than enough. Why do you think J.J. Watt apologized for saying I wasted one of your years? He did more than enough. Dude, he had an MVP type of season, but his team was so bad it didn't translate. He had no running game. I hear a lot of people comparing Deshaun Watson to a lot of people's teams. Deshaun Watson had no running game. He's the best running back on his team, but he has way more foreign talent than Lamar Jackson. People were trying to compare that just because Lamar won the MVP last year. Oh, my God, Deshaun Watson's here. Lamar is here. Because everything, Lamar can do with his feet, Deshaun can do. And he has a way better arm. So, for me, whatever team is smart enough, if you got to trade 2 or 3 first-round picks, if you're in the right type of shape, do it. Because I said that the Texans made a mistake when they traded away their pick. Why do you think look, I'm going to talk about the Dolphins later. They got the 3rd pick because of how bad the Texans played. So if you're a team that's a quarterback away and you can guarantee that, trade everything away, go ahead, get you Deshaun Watson, and he's going to get you for at least 8 to 9 years, at least to a couple Super Bowls. So, yes, Deshaun Watson will be traded. And wherever he goes, they're going to the Super Bowl.
Woo! Chris Brown on Real Talk, bringing the fire. My dude. All right, Landon, give us a hot take.
I'm going to go to the Washington-Tampa game as well. I think Chase Young's going to come through his word, and I think he's going to destroy Tom Brady in that offense. I think Washington goes out to win this game by 10+. Washington will win this game by 10+.
I like it, Landon.
Behind Chase Young in that front 7. Listen, I'll take that front 7 over all, not all, but a good amount of them in the league. And they're going to dominate Tampa. What's Tom Brady going to do? Run out of the pocket? Doubt it. He's just going to sit in there and get hit. So Washington will win this game by 10 plus. That's my hot take, and they're a sleeper team going into this. I think they can make a run.
Let's go over some of these comments real quick before we move on to the next topic. We have quite a few of them, and we just want to let everybody know, hey, we're writing your names down to get these T-shirts. So, hey, the more you comment, the more you come on our shows daily, there's a chance for you to win that T-shirt. We have Ryan. He says Browns over the Steelers by 3. That's an upset for the weekend. But is that a question? Is that an upset? I mean, I know the Steelers got the record, but
That's an upset.
But we all believe
that's an upset.
Hey, we got a whole section for this. We got a whole section for this.
All right. And then Dale said Chase Young is all they have on defense. You look at the front seven, Dale. They're kind of, they are young, upcoming defense. Madison says, really hope not. Ron said the Steelers have been struggling on the back end, and the Browns got tons of confidence going in. Confidence and will to win can a long way in this league. Brian said yes, will be so.
He's a Browns fan. So.
All right, let's move on to the next topic, gentlemen. The next topic for today. Let's break down the wild card prediction, shall we? Let's do the AFC side first, okay? Then we'll move on to the NFC. We still got the Bills and the Colts. Hey, the Colts got that, one of the best defenses in the game, and then we have the Bills with the upcoming star Josh Allen. We've seen what him and Stephon Diggs have done this year. One of the best quarterbacks and wide receivers in the game. We've seen what Stephon Diggs brought to that team, changed that team from last year, and then we've seen where you're at today. Landon, who do you have winning that game?
I got the Bills. They're going to ride their wave. They're the hottest team in football right now, and Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, they're a great combo. But don't sleep on the Colts. They got a good defense, but a good defense is going to go against Josh Allen in that offense. So it's really going to come down to who wins that matchup. I don't care about the Colts offense. Their run game can hold their own. But I'm worried about that defense and if they're going to come to play. If they come to play, it'll be closer than people expect. But I still have the Bills winning this one for sure.
Do you have a score in mind?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm going to go 27-20 Bills.
Okay. I actually think it's going to be a touchdown way. All right, Chris, do you feel the same way, or how are you feeling?
All right, so we're just going over this one game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, listen, I picked the Colts to win their division at the time. At the beginning of the year, I did. Even with all the injuries, they still had a very good year. But with that being said, I've been rooting for the Bills for a long time. And you see what Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs are doing. Now, like Landon said, this game is going to be closer than a lot of people think. I think this game is going to be decided within, 7 points. Honestly do. The defense and the run and attack that the Colts can bring should not be slept on because in the playoffs, that's what you need to win. But the fact that you got a very, very great young quarterback and a wide receiver, they're going to be able to do a lot of things. Now, the question is for the Bills, can their defense step up? Because their defense has been underwhelming. Their defense has been inconsistent at times, So against this good offense, because you know what they're going to do. They're going to run the ball. You got Phillip Rivers, even though sometimes people call him a choke artist, at the end of the day, he has a veteran experience type of, mindset, so you can't discredit that. But for me, I'm going Bills. I want to say 27-24.
So you believe it's going to be 3 points?
I think it's going to be a close game.
It will.
All right, Con, where are you going with this game?
I already gave my prediction. I'm going with Buffalo 27-21. I think they're on their way. I definitely think they're on their way. They got too much for the Colts. I'm going Bills 27-21.
All right, I got the Bills as well. I'm gonna say 35-27. Yeah, I got the because the Bills when Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs get to rolling. I don't know if the Colts will be able to stop that. We have seen that defense have crumbled a little bit, at times. Where we're going to just see where it goes from there. All right, let's break down the next game. We have the rematch of last year in the playoffs, and we remember, This is these two are the most anticipated. When you ask yourself what team will be able to knock down the Chiefs, you always mention the Ravens. You always had the conversation. Could the Titans be that team? Well, we have the rematch: the Titans versus the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson. I must say, this Ravens team has got their act together. They're not the same team as they were earlier in the season. They have got on a little winning streak, and they are a little bit hot. So, do you guys think the Ravens have a chance to beat the Tennessee Titans? I'm going to start with Chris on this one.
Ravens have a chance, but does that mean they will win? Who knows? I'll say this. You got kind of two similar teams, two teams that are built on a run, two teams whose defenses have been hit or miss this year. When you look at it on paper, you're supposed to say Baltimore is the better defense, but they don't always play like it. When I look at the weapons, I say, okay, Titans kind of got better weapons. Titans kind of have a better passing attack. I think this is going to be a close game. I honestly do. For my family members that's watching, I apologize. Y'all losing your money. I'm picking the Titans to win this game over Baltimore. I am. I just don't know if I can trust. I mean, listen, in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl, it's all the same thing. When you win games, you run the ball to score points, but to win games, you got to make the passes. And I'm not questioning necessarily Lamar, but do they have the necessary weapons and the personnel to get open and make plays in their crunch time, in the fourth quarter, on third and longs? I know with the Titans, I like their tight end. I like their wide receiver core. I know Tannehill is the accurate quarterback that's going to make the right play. And Derrick Henry, Mr. 2,000-yard man back there, is going to rush for at least $1 something. Now, the only way the Ravens are going to win this is if they stop their running game. And, kind of same thing for Tennessee. But right now, I'm leaning towards Tennessee. I'm going to say 24-20.
Oh, so you think it's going to be a low-scoring game?
Listen, two similar teams running the ball. I think they're going to be if they want to win, they're going to have to be physical. More physicality. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Ryan said the Ravens are overrated this year. The Titans are going to win this game. Con.
I've been up and down on this one. I've been up and down. I think it comes down to who controls the ball. Obviously more, and I think turnovers is going to be a very big key. I think that at the end of the day, turnovers are going to end up being what's going to cause one of the teams to lose probably at the end of the game. But I'm going to go with Baltimore 24-17.
All righty, Landon.
I've been back and forth on this one as well. On my bracket, I have Baltimore, but you can't doubt Derrick Henry, right? We all doubted him last year in this game because Lamar Jackson just came off a MVP season. He was looking like the best player in the league. But you can't doubt King Henry, excuse me.
Alabama guy.
But with that being said, I'm still gonna go with the Ravens because they've added and lost, I'm not gonna lie, some keys on defense. But Patrick Queen, you know what I mean? And they've added guys who can stop the run. Sure, they've been inconsistent this year. Take the Patriots, for example, right? They lost to that team who is not good, who didn't make the playoffs, and have a terrible offense. But that defense, you don't know what's going to happen, right? So, but I'm going to go on Lamar Jackson because I just saw Ryan's comment down there. He did not, right? Last year he had a phenomenal season. This year, sure, he's taking a step back. He's still got one of the best completion percentages in the league. And he still can't be stopped if he gets in the open field. So I'm going to go with the Ravens in a low-scoring one. I think they're both going to, just pound the run. I'm going to go Ravens 24-17.
And I just want to touch on that. I want to touch on that comment too. He didn't regress. You got to understand we got to run first offense with no weapons. Teams get filmed, not on you, but on that team. He has nobody to pass it to, nobody getting open. He didn't regress, that offense regressed.
I definitely agree with that. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens, because I don't know if the Tennessee Titans defense will be able to stop the rushing attack from them. I do have a little bit more faith in Baltimore's defense than I do in Tennessee's. Can they stop Lamar Jackson when he's running downfield? We do not know. And I believe it's going to be a high-scoring game. You guys think it's going to be lower? I think it's going to be about 45-38, 38-37 rather. I think it's going to be a little bit higher than – I think both teams will score more than 20 points. on this game as well. So let's move on to the last game on the AFC side. And man, whoo! I feel sorry. Do we all feel sorry for Cleveland? I mean, we all not feel sorry because we all know what's happened this year. Everybody been dealing with the same thing, but they had like 3 coaches that have COVID. So they will be without their head coach, without a few of the other coaches as well. So, but hey, still no excuses because everybody's dealing with it. Hey, and talking about Pittsburgh, they seem like they dealt with it more than anybody this year. They had to postpone games and all that good stuff, but they will play on this Sunday. So who are you guys going with, the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Cleveland Browns? I'm gonna go with the comment on this one. No, we'll go with Landon on this one.
Okay. These teams are both great. And the Steelers are very overrated still. I'm still going to say that. But, the Browns' run game is fantastic, but that passing game is where I'm going to watch because Baker Mayfield, sure, he's had a few good weeks, coming up to this game, but can he do it in the playoffs? And we're really going to see that. And I'm excited to see it. It's his first appearance. I'm hoping he can do good because I'm rooting for the Browns here, and I do think the Browns will win. I'm going to go with the Browns in this one. Another low-scoring one it'll be a defense. It's just who's the tougher team, and I'm going to go with the Browns. They're going to want it more. First time in 18 years they've been to the playoffs. So the Browns are going to want it, and they're going to move on. I'm going to go with the Browns here, 24-21.
Man, this is the Browns Super Bowl, just making it to the playoffs, like you said, 18
Right.
not making it. That's crazy. I'm going with the Cleveland Browns as well. I mean, I hate to say, but Pittsburgh just have not been able to prove that they would have some kind of relevancy on offense. We know what that defense can do. We believe in that defense, even with the injuries that they're dealing with. They're missing. They will be without one of the star cornerbacks on this game as well. This game is going to show as if Baker Mayfield will be able to stand in that pocket, use his legs, and make. That's really we know what the back's going to do. We know what the tight end is going to do. We know what the defense is going to do. We need to see if Baker Mayfield can continue doing what he did this year. We've seen flashes of Baker Mayfield be that dude. We've seen flashes where this dude, we say, okay, this is their quarterback. We need to see it. It's the playoffs. Hey, it's going to come down to whatever defense step up and whatever offense step up. And like Landon say, play physical. I believe this game is going to be 27-21. I don't think it's going to be a lot of points scored just because, we're going to see these two defenses step up. Chris Brown, how do you feel about it?
Man, I would have picked the Browns if, they had their head coach or even if they had their offensive coordinator. But when you're missing that much, I mean, we kind of saw what happened, with Clemson in a way. When you're missing your guy that calls plays, that affects things. That affects the flow of the game. That affects the offense. And now when you're missing both him and the head coach, that's just a lot for this young, kind of inexperienced team to overcome. So if this was a different team, maybe I have a little bit more faith. I hope they win. But sadly, with those two guys, those two coaches being out, I think that's very important. Steelers going to win. I hope they don't. But if you're asking me, I mean, you lose those two guys, I think that's important. The Steelers probably about to win.
Hey, Chris, I hope some Steelers watching. Let's say if the Steelers win, I think we should have Madison come on the show and show her expressions, her feelings, because I know she's a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Yes, she is.
All right, Colin, awesome. Who you rolling with?
All right, I'm gonna let you all know right quick. You guys all made great points, and the points that you all made is the reason why I'm going with Pittsburgh. Like you said, Browns, first time playing in a long time. Mayfield, hasn't been there. When the playoffs come, it's a different animal. You know what I mean? And the fact is, we all know Ben's been there. And when the playoff time comes, you know what things start to shrink. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh 21-14. And as Chris stated, the Browns not having their coach is definitely a detriment to the team. But I'm definitely going with Pittsburgh 21-14 because of the experience factor.
All righty. So we touched the AFC side. Now let's roll to the NFC. We're going to talk about the New Orleans Saints with the Chicago Bears. Drew Brees is back. They have their quarterback back. There's a lot of people that speculating that this might be Drew Brees, last year, last run in the playoffs. So hey, we're gonna see if we can witness greatness one more time. But they'll be going against the Chicago Bears in that defense. Do you guys think any chance that the Chicago Bears have any chance to knock out the New Orleans Saints? Con man, going with you.
I'm gonna give 2 letters, N and O. I'm gonna roll with New Orleans, just for the fact that what you had just stated. I don't think the Bears have a shot. I really don't. They have a great defense, as we all know. But I'm gonna roll with New Orleans. I got New Orleans 27-13.
All righty. Chris, you feel the same way?
I say this. You said this might be the last time we see greatness from Drew Brees. I haven't seen greatness from him in a while. But with that being said, this really comes down to if the running backs are playing. If you're getting Kamara back, if you got your running backs, then I think it's going to be walking in the park. Without them, I think it's going to be closer than what a lot of people think. I still think the Saints are the favorite, and they're going to be able to, get the victory. But a great defense is a great defense, and a great defense going against, her offense can make some noise. But I think the Saints, like Mike said, NO and New Orleans Saints is going to get the victory.
All right, Landon, I see you shake your head at the beginning. Are you going opposite?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bears here. With Alvin Kamara, without I don't care. Listen, this team took them to overtime, so we know they're capable of sticking with them, right? And it's just the Saints' way to lose in the wild card round. They lost to the Vikings last year. They choked that. Will they choke again this year? We'll see. Drew Brees has not shown up the past few years, like Chris said. I like what he said there. He's not shown up in clutch moments when he's had to the past few years. So for that reason, I'm going to go with the Bears here. They're younger. They got David Montgomery, who has been playing, phenomenal. Trubisky's been playing pretty good. And I'm going to go with the Bears in this one. It's going to be high. It's going to be pretty high scoring. I'm going 38-31.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move to the NFC. Let's move to the next game. We have the Washington football team going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's not forget, hey, like I said before, Chase Young did a lot of talking. I believe that he can back it up. So let's start off with Chris.
Wait. I want to hear Landon go first.
Really?
I do. I feel like he's going to say something either I want to hear or I don't want to hear. I need Landon. I need Landon to go first.
Do we need to give him the big screen?
I just need to hear his opinion because I think it's either gonna make me mad, sad, or upset.
All right, Landon, take it away.
Here we go. So, Chase Young's been doing his talking. He's the most talented player in the draft last year, and I stand by that. He is insane. He's, gonna be the next J.J. Watt, in my opinion. He's the next guy up at that position. And I think he's gonna come through with all of his talk. He's gonna pull a J, and he's gonna come through, and he's gonna beat Tom Brady like he said he was, right? He's gonna just destroy him. What's he gonna do? Roll out of the pocket, throw it? No, he's not. He can't do that. He's 85 years old. He's gonna sit in the pocket and get absolutely destroyed by that front seven. They're gonna go on to the divisional, and the game is gonna be. It's not gonna be close. Okay, I'm going 35-21, Washington football team.
Chris.
Wow.
What do you have, my friend?
I'll just say I'm glad he said that because he's feeling how I'm feeling. I'll say this. I've said it for a while. If these two teams match up, I don't know if, Tom Brady and Tampa is going to be able to handle this defense. There's something about when Tom Brady gets pressured, he's not the same guy. But when I look at, the stats this year, I mean, Tom Brady's up there with all these guys everybody called quote-unquote trash. We talking about bad percentages of poor thrown passing attempts. Tom Brady's over 20% of his passes are poor, bad pass attempts. Everybody wants to talk about, the Carson Wentz, the Haskins, the Cam Newton, the Baker Mayfield, the Tua, the Minshew. Tom Brady's ahead of all those guys. Tom Brady has not been the same Tom Brady we've been accustomed to. This dude does not have the same arm he used to have. He wasn't that accurate this year. He doesn't have the deep ball. So if you're telling me a defense can get after his face, the only way Tampa Bay is going to be able to win this game is if they start running the ball and be a two-dimensional type of team. But they haven't shown that they attempted to do that this year. I'm going upset. I'm going Washington over Tampa. Don't matter the score. Just know what I got Washington winning. That defense going to lead it the way. is going to lead it all the way. Chase Young, Sweat. It's a multiple guys. They're going to destroy the Buccaneers front, and they're going to bad. We saw what the Saints did. The Saints won by putting pressure on them. Now, the only thing is, can Washington's offense take advantage? That's the only question, and that's what I'm questioning. They have to be able to run the ball. They're going to have to find a way to get Scary Terry involved, and they cannot have any turnovers because Buccaneers still have a very good defense. But I believe Washington is going to be able to get this upset.
That's where I come in, and I kind of disagree for one reason. We know what Washington defense is going to do, but like you said, that offense. We know what the running game is going to do, but at the end of the day, the quarterback is going to be able to have to make plays. And Ron Rivera already said early in the week that he's decided on going back in between two quarterbacks that game. That's already setting up for failure in my eyes. If that happens, if you give Tom Brady too many times for them to figure out what defense they're throwing at them, where they can make adjustments, where they can start to get hot, that's when the Washington football team will get in trouble. So it depends on Washington's offense, and I believe Tampa Bay will figure a way to win this game. I'm going 27-22, Tampa Bay. Conman, how are you feeling about it?
Wow, y'all had some very good points. I think Tampa Bay's running game is pretty damn good. I also think that their wide receivers are great. I think that Brady is, again, tough in the playoffs. I have to roll with Tampa Bay 34-21. And that guy, Brady, is something else in the playoffs. Got to watch out.
Yeah, we also got to remember Brady turns it up. He do like LeBron.
He didn't last year.
He didn't last year. Yeah, but if you look at the weapons that he had on that team, it's two different things. But he's like LeBron. He normally turns it up a little bit in the playoffs and just go crazy. So we shall see.
I agree, but hold on. Who was on that D line for the Titans last year, though? Nobody.
What I'm saying is everybody knew that Edelman was really the only target that team really had. And we seen, it makes him even greater. We seen what Cam Newton looked like when he did not have the weapons. But guess what? Tom Brady was able to elevate that team. They had a little bit more.
We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this because this team playing now is 15 times worse than the team last year from the
I know, that's what I'm about to say. I was just about to work saying that, if you look at this Patriots team, yes, it is a little bit worse than it was last year.
A little bit. It's a lot.
But we still seen
a lot.
But
Tom Brady wasn't taking his team to the playoffs. We're not going here. Tom Brady was not taking his team to the playoffs. When you lose 6 of your defensive starters, this team wasn't going to the playoffs. Period.
That's another debate for another day.
There's no debate. There's no debate. They didn't have the same weapons. You lost guys on defense. They're not going to the playoffs.
That's another debate for another day, my friend.
Debate.
There is no debate. It's the way it is, and it's going to happen.
Let's move to the next game, the last game for the NFC side. You had the Seattle Seahawks with Russell Wilson going against the Los Angeles Rams with Aaron Donald. So let's see who's going against that game. Chris, who you got winning that game?
Man, pull it back up so show everybody this so we can show it to them. You see who the Rams going against? Take it away. They're losing. It'd be nice. Listen, I got my friend Lum. He's in here. He's a Seahawks fan. I hate rooting for his team, but I'll be honest. Jared Goff is already a type of quarterback. Brandon, Landon, you don't know who you root for. Anyway.
Yeah, okay. Well, at least I'm not a Giants and Packers fan.
That's Freddie. That ain't me.
Yeah,
I'm all Philly, baby.
Hey, why are you throwing shots at me, man? I'm way over
Chris,
there.
go for it. Chris, go ahead.
Listen, at the end of the day, you don't have Jared. I don't know, what's going on with Jared Goff, and if he's not healthy, then you already taking a bad quarterback and making him even worse. The best thing that the Rams can do is just pray that their defense steps it up. But at the end of the day, Russ in the fourth quarter, I'm trusting him over I'm trusting a lot of people. So I'm going Seahawks in a close game. I'm going Seahawks 17-10.
I'm not, because guess what, Chris? Look, Sean McVay don't know who his quarterback going to be this Sunday, even with Jared Goff healthy or not. He does not know who his quarterback's going to be. We know what Russell Wilson's going to bring. We know what DK Metcalf's going to bring. We know what Tyler Lockett's going to bring. Russell Wilson will be able to get away from Aaron Donald with his legs. He will be able to make plays with his arm. I don't think it's going to be close, honestly, just because the Rams don't know who their quarterback's going to be. I'm predicting 35-24 to 20, 22, 23, right in there.
Mm.
Con, how are you feeling about that, man?
You know, the Rams got a great defense, but Russell Wilson's a bad man. I'm going to have to go with Seattle 27-24.
All right, Landon.
So these teams have played twice, and it's been close and low scoring both times because of the Rams defense, right? I think we can all agree on that. You know, they got Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald. They're two stars, and they play like they should. And it's all if DK could work on Jalen Ramsey. That's what makes this game. And I'm saying if Jared Goff plays. If Jared Goff plays, it all depends on DK Metcalf and if he can get free from Jalen Ramsey and be the playmaker that he is.
Jalen Ramsey locks everybody up this year. He not getting free. They better rely on Lockett.
Right. So if DK can do what he knows, if he can do what he can do, and if he plays to his full potential against that defense, then I got the Seahawks winning this one by 10. But if Jalen Ramsey locks DK up, we got Chris Carson, we got Tyler Lockett, we got David Moore, and we got Russell Wilson. And our defense has stepped up lately, right? I think we can all agree on that. They've been playing pretty well. So I'm going to go with Seattle in this one, and I'm going to go 23-14.
All right. So we've moved on from playoff teams. Now it's time to talk about teams that need a quarterback. You know, we've got the draft coming up after the season. What team should draft a new quarterback in this 2021 in the NFL draft? Man, we'll kick this off with Con Man.
You know, I'm gonna give you this answer here, and I got to go with a homegrown. Jacksonville definitely needs a quarterback, and I hope they get Fields. Fields is from New Bedford, Mass, by the way. He has family out here, so I'm going with my hat on this one. So I hope Jacksonville drafts my man Justin Fields.
All righty. Chris, what team needs a quarterback, man? Into the draft.
You know, looking at the draft, Jacksonville, that number one pick, you know, they're either going to take Lawrence. They're probably going to take Lawrence, but just like Con, man, I like Fields, and I think Fields is just as good, if not better. So, I mean, they're going to get one of those two. It really doesn't matter to me. You know, number two, I don't see the Jets getting a quarterback, but here's where things get tricky. What are the Dolphins going to do? At the number 3 pick, they can either draft a quarterback or trade for one. But, you know, for me, Atlanta, I see the Falcons either taking a quarterback or, you know, or trading or getting, you know, Fields or trading their quarterback. And also the 49ers. I've been saying this for a while. 49ers get a good quarterback. You know, they move up in the draft, they get a Fields or they trade for Watson. They're there. There's a lot of teams, honestly, in the NFL that need a quarterback. But it's all about what team that's not high in the draft is willing to either trade up or trade for a quarterback. Because I can give you a long list. There's some teams that have a quarterback, you know, a decent starting quarterback. They say, okay, I like it, but if the chance to get somebody else, they would. I'll be honest. The Giants, they had a chance to get Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence. They will. It's a lot of teams that just drafted a quarterback, like the Dolphins. If they don't, they're seeming that they don't like Tua. If they were smart. Don't second guess yourself. If you feel like he's not the guy, draft Fields now. Don't make the mistake later. There's a lot of teams that got young quarterbacks. A lot of teams got old quarterbacks. Go ahead, get your quarterback. Go ahead, get you Fields, and let's move on. Because there's about 20 teams in the NFL that needs a quarterback. The only ones that don't, some of them in the playoffs.
All right, Landon.
All right. So we all know the Jags need a quarterback, and they're going to take Trevor Lawrence. In my opinion, that's the guy to take. But I'm going to look past the Jags because we all know that answer. I'm sure everybody watching knows that answer, right? I'm going to go to the Falcons. Mm-hmm. And if Fields can drop to that 4th pick, because we know there's a lot of offensive line talent in this draft and receiver talent, he's not going to drop to the 4th. I understand that.
Oh, no, he's dropping to the 4th.
I don't think he's going to drop to the 4th. So I think the Falcons need to trade up for either the Dolphins pick or the Jets pick. They're probably going to be able to get the Dolphins pick and get Fields. Another team I'm going to go with is the New England Patriots. And a guy I can see falling to the 15th overall pick is Zach Wilson out of BYU. I think he's slept on, and he's a fantastic quarterback, and it'd be great for the future of the Patriots. I don't trust Cam Newton. I don't trust Jarrett Stidham. So I think you go Zach Wilson for the Patriots, or maybe trade up and try to get a guy like that quarterback out of Come on. He
Yale?
wears like green
got
and
Yale?
yellow.
The guy from Yale?
No, he wears like green and yellow. What's his name? I have it.
Oh, you talking about North Dakota?
Yeah.
Trey Lance?
Yeah. Because I think he's going to be the most not popular, but he's going to be the most well-off quarterback in this draft, in my opinion. He's
Now,
shown a lot. He's a dual-threat quarterback, and that's what you got to be able to do in the NFL nowadays. So I think the Patriots need to trade up from that 15th pick and get maybe like maybe an 8 or a 9 pick, because we know the Broncos and the Panthers need quarterbacks. They're 8 and 9, if I'm not mistaken.
yes, A9.
So maybe they need to trade up in front of them or for one of them and get a Zach Wilson, Trey Lance. If Fields drops, get Fields. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to watch. There's a lot of teams and there's a lot of quarterbacks. So
you think the Jets are going to take a quarterback?
I don't agree with it, but I think they will.
I don't agree with it either, because
I think they need to take that tackle from Oregon.
Me too. Take him from Oregon. And, I was just throwing smoke over there with the Dolphins. But, I mean, if you really want to get better, you really don't need to get a quarterback. You go ahead, go get you a wide receiver.
Get Devontae Smith.
And then at number 4, Atlanta can get Fields. Because I'm looking at why does ESPN have the quarterback from BYU going number 4? And they have Justin Fields going 15th to the Patriots.
That's so stupid. Justin Fields is the second, and he's up there with Trevor Lawrence. I'm not going to lie. He is fantastic. So if I'm the Falcons, I trade up.
I'm getting a quarterback at 4. You're going
100%.
Getting one.
100%. I agree.
Man, me personally, and I know this might shock you what I'm about to say.
Okay.
A team who cannot pay their quarterback, and the Dallas Cowboys. If you feel like Dak Prescott is not your guy,
I like it. I love it. I love it.
I have that on my
I hate it. No. Don't get Fields. Don't get Lawrence. Go ahead and get you the guy from BYU. I don't know who he is.
Exactly.
Damn, don't get no quarterback. Why would you say that, Freddie? I was with you because I don't think that Dak Prescott's the guy, but I forgot you switched divisions. You switched divisions, so you don't got to worry about this.
But what I'm saying is if Jerry Jones do not feel comfortable paying Dak Prescott, they do not believe that this is their guy. Why waste your cap space? We pay a dude. We seen what happened at the Rams. We seen what happened. You pay Carson Wentz. Get you a young guy on a rookie contract. Trade Dak Prescott. You can trade it to get somewhere down further on long. Get you your quarterback, and then build for the future. I mean, that's what I would do if I was them. If they don't trust in Dak, they don't believe in him. We'll see if they believe in him because they had their chance to pay him. They actually re-talking and negotiating. So, yeah, let's roll to the next topic. Chris, I'm tired of you throwing shots at me, man.
I mean, you switched up.
I did not switch up.
Yes, you did.
I did not switch up.
You said at the beginning of the year, you said, I enjoy watching Aaron Rodgers. I'm a Giants fan. So now as I enjoy watching the Giants, I'm a Packers fan.
I enjoy watching the Giants, okay?
But I thought, but when you said I'm a Giants fan, I enjoy watching Aaron Rodgers. How did everything change? Can you admit that you're a bandwagon and you switched up?
Chris, let's go to the next topic, all right?
Bandwagon fan. We don't – terrible.
And Landon can't talk about bandwagon neither. So Landon, I don't want to.
Landon not no bandwagon.
We'll talk about that after the show, my friend.
He's not no bandwagon. He not you.
All right, that's what you think.
That's what I know.
Not saying these wide receivers on the screen, but what wide receivers this year had the best season? Man, I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. Devontae Adams. I mean, you able to have the 1,300 yards that he had, the 115 receptions with the 18 TDs. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, this dude was in the end zone. He's really the Green Bay Packers' only option. So, I mean, I'm going with Devontae Adams. Chris, you're shaking your head. Who had the best season this year, Chris?
I'm shaking my head because we literally just had a debate who's the best wide receiver between one or two guys. So now you're telling me now he's the best? Now he's the best?
Who'd he say?
I see why he got swept. But anyway, who had the best season?
You always got to throw shots at me. I don't throw shots at. I'm okay.
I told you I was throwing shots.
I'm gonna bring the same energy towards you.
Go ahead. I mean, I didn't build. I'm not going to build up my debate. I'm staying humble. You the one that trash talk said you're going to beat him easily. Look what happened to you. Bye, Birdie. Now, to answer the question, who had the best. Now, shout out, honestly, on a serious note, shout out to Devontae Adams. He had a hell of a year. 18 touchdowns, over 1,300 yards, only played 14 games. You know, and I don't think there's really a wrong answer on this question because all these wide receivers had career years.
Why are you jumping on me then?
Because we asked you this question on the debate and you picked somebody else. So for me, who I think had the best year, I'm going Stephon Diggs. I mean, over 127 receptions, led the league in receiving yards. He had 8 touchdowns. You're talking about a guy, you know, this is his first time with this quarterback. Their first year, and they're connecting like this. Their first year, and this 1-2 combo showing that this is one of the best in the NFL. I mean, we all knew Stephon Diggs was a good receiver coming into the year. But there's not a lot of people that expect him to lead the league in receptions, to lead the league in receiving yards. I think it's close. A lot of receivers balled out. But for me, who had the best year, I'm going Stephon Diggs, Buffalo.
All right. Con man, who's the best wide receiver, had the best season this year?
You know, like Chris said, it could be any one of the top 4 right now. You know what I mean? I guess it's whoever you feel. But I'm gonna go with Devontae Adams myself. I think they all had a great year. I mean, whatever one we choose, we can all make a case for. But I'm gonna go with Devontae Adams, playing with that bad man, Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna go with Devontae Adams.
Hey, Con, I'm gonna teach you how to say it. He's a bad man.
You don't want to be like him, Con, man. You don't want to do that to you.
I just want to teach you.
No, I don't.
Just let him teach you how to say it. All right, Landon.
All right, in my lag years are all right.
We're hearing you. We hear you.
You good?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
All right, okay. So I'm going with Stephon Diggs here. I think my
yes.
Excuse. You know what I mean? He come into this new team, new system, new coach, new quarterback, and balled out. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but didn't he have the most receiving yards in the whole NFL?
Yep.
And I would go to Devontae Adams, but he's got Aaron Rodgers, which it kind of puts him up. And I think it kind of – I'm not taking the credit off him at all. And Josh Allen's had a great year as well, but he's no Aaron Rodgers. I think we can all agree there. Stephon Diggs is the best wide receiver in the league. Mm. He's the most valuable wide receiver in the league and being young. And I don't even think it's a question.
Good answer. Great answer, Landa. Surprised you didn't go DK right there. My friend Lum texted me, said, you better represent my guy. But I said he fell off the last couple of games of the season. I don't know what happened to him.
Listen, I like DK, but I got to say the truth.
He fell off those last 6 games.
All right, man. Let's move on. Let's keep it moving. Let's rank the top 3 running backs in the NFL this year. Let's go with Chris on this one, man.
Freddie. I can tell you,
it's easy.
I can tell you that none of your 2 favorite team running backs are on my list. It's still out there. But for number 1, like you said, it's easy. It's Derrick Henry. You know, over 2,000 yards, and not everybody talking about his workload. You know, I know he had a lot of carries, 378, but it's a difference. He didn't average 4 yards a carry. He didn't average 4.2 yards a carry. Not only did he have the most attempts, but he had the most yards per carry. So every time he got the ball, he was making plays, 5 yards per carry, 17 touchdowns, over 2,000 yards. Number 2, Dalvin Cook, over 1,500 yards in 14 games, 5 yards a carry, 16 touchdowns. He balled out. I mean, listen, I knew that they were going to be trash. When I mean them, I mean Brandon's team, the bum behind Vikings. I knew they were going to be trash this year, but I'm glad that Dalvin Cook was able to have a great season. And now number 3 for me, I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but this is just me. I'm going Alvin Kamara. For number 3. I've been saying for a while, this dude is just as good as all these top running backs, but for some reason, they don't give him a chance. You know, they want to have him split carries with Latavius Murray, or some games they don't want to use him how they should. This guy has 16 touchdowns, average 5 yards a carry, had over 900 yards. You know, receiving the ball, he had over 756 yards, over 83 carries. 83 He had 5 touchdowns. This dude led the league in yak. Listen, for me, top 3 running backs, those 3 guys.
All right, Con.
You know something? I hate following Chris, man, because he makes some great points. You know what I mean? Puts me in a bad spot. But I got it written down right here. Henry, of course, that's obvious. Dalvin Cook, that's obvious. Now, back and forth with Nick Chubb and Kamara. I was going with Chubb, but I'm going to have to go Kamara as well. My top 3, Derrick Henry, Cook, and Kamara. With Chubb slightly right there.
Yeah. And shout out to Jonathan Taylor, too. I knew he was going to be a beast for that team.
And, hey, James Robinson, he's not in my top 3.
James Robinson had a beast year, too.
All righty. Let's move to the next topic.
Where your list at, Freddie?
Y'all already know my list. There's no need for me to say.
No, we don't.
I got Derrick Henry number 1. I got Dalvin Cook number 2. And I got Aaron Jones number 3.
Okay, my God. Let's move on.
I got a different one. I got a different list. I got Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, and Dalvin Cook.
I like
I
that.
got Derrick Henry. Yeah, I mean, I just got 2 and 3 switch. But the reason I put Alvin Kamara at 2, I'd rather have him over Dalvin Cook simply because he had 187 carries and 83 receptions. So that shows you that he can work out of the backfield in the passing game, and you can hand the ball off and depend on him. He tied, the NFL record for rushing touchdowns in a single game.
Should have broke it.
I agree. But Derrick Henry can't be touched. So that's why I gave him the 2 spot.
No, you messed up. If you put Alvin Kamara on the team, see all these other guys, they don't have to split carries like Alvin. They're making him split carries. Alvin Kamara is splitting carries with the quarterback. Alvin Kamara is splitting carries with another running back. All these trick plays. If you put Alvin Kamara on a team where he's getting over 200 carries a year, he's having the same type of numbers Christian McCaffrey was having.
I agree.
Alvin Kamara is that talented. His stats might not look the same, but his value to his team is just as good as a Derrick Henry and just as good as a Dalvin Cook, in my opinion.
That's why I think if I had to pick a running back to have on my team right now, it'd be Alvin Kamara. But I looked at the stats, and I got to take Derrick Henry just because he's so dominant. But Alvin Kamara is so good in the passing game, and you can hand it off and depend on him too. That's why I would take him over any running back in the league.
Dual threat right there.
Exactly.
All righty. You guys know how we do it on ASAP. We do the ranking before we go to the next topic. Let's rank these top 3 quarterbacks. Steve Young, Brett Favre, and John Elway. Since we have an historian on the game, let's go ahead and go with the Con man. Con, give us your ranking of 1 through 3.
This was a tough one. I had to think back about it. And I really, try to focus. If I had to go by talent, or do I go by championships? How do you play into this? I think I'm gonna go with Steve Young number 1. I'm gonna go Elway number 2, and Brett Favre number 3.
Okay, Landon, are you going with the same list?
No. I'm gonna go from 3 to 1. Okay. At number 3, I got Elway, simply because he didn't play as many games as Brett Favre. He had more rings than Brett Favre. But, I mean, it's just – there's just something. He didn't play as long as Favre, and he just about had the same stats. But I got him at number 3 because he only had 2 rings. Now, Brett Favre only had 1, and I'll go to that. Number 2 is Brett Favre. His stats are way better than anybody here, but he also played longer. His record was 186, 112. He had 1 ring with 508 touchdowns. Now, the only reason I didn't have him at 1 is because he leads the NFL all time in interceptions. He would have been at 1, but number 1, that leaves Steve Young, and he's the most talented guy on this list simply because he played a shorter career than both of these guys, and his stats were right up there with him. And he also had 3 rings. And championships are a big thing to me.
Chris, I seen you there. Wow. So, what do you think, Chris?
Okay, this was. I didn't expect anybody to have Elway at 3. For me, I got Favre at 3. I love Brett Favre. Can y'all hear me? I love Brett Favre. Crazy arm talent, but he's a gunslinger. Brett Favre will lose you games. These two guys above him, they win you games. Brett Favre can win you games too, but he'll throw you out of them games too. And when you're a gunslinger for years, you're going to have crazy stats. But, I mean, he played all that time, only had one ring, and multiple times they lost on multiple occasions. It was because of Brett Favre. I love Brett Favre. He's number 3. Number 2, I'm going John Elway. And for number 1 and 2, I think it can flip-flop. Newsflash on the quarterbacks in the NFL. Y'all love Patrick Mahomes. Y'all love him. You love Darren Rodgers. You loved him. Who was all those guys before it even became popular? John Elway. John Elway was just as mobile. John Elway had all the arm talent. John Elway was taking those Broncos teams to the Super Bowls when they had no business being there. He won 2 in the back end, but his beginning of the years, everybody's loving what they see from Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. He was doing that back in the 80s. Put some respect on John Elway's name. And number 1, I have Steve Young. I might be a little bit biased by that, but I love Steve Young. I mean, in a short amount of time he played, he dominated. He really didn't get a chance to play till I feel like 8 years after he's been into the league. He started off with Tampa, one of the worst organization probably in the NFL during that time. 6-7 years in is when he really got a chance with the San Francisco 49ers, and he took off. He's one of the most accurate quarterbacks of all time. Like I said, he's mobile. I talk about Patrick Mahomes and Rodgers. He's just as mobile, if not more mobile. He's accurate. He had the arm talent. For me, I got Steve Young, Elway, and Favre. I don't think it should be a debate. I don't know why. Landon, you kind of made me mad putting Elway at 3. Can't lie. I respect you, but it pissed me off.
Me, I got Elway number 1.
Respect.
I mean, I just do. I mean, I'm sorry, but I got Steve Young number 2.
Respect.
And Brett Favre number 3. Just like you said, the gunslinger, willing to take a risk and stuff like that, and then just kind of blew me as well. So, but hey, man, that's the NFL part of it. We bring the heat. Hey, now it's time to get into the con man's sport.
All right, now
it's time to get in there. We're about to get into the NBA side of things. Let's roll with it. NBA hot takes. You guys know how we started.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start off with Chris on this one. On the hot take with the NBA side.
Well, my Philadelphia 76ers literally just played the game. And I can tell you now, my hot take just literally changed. Why you give me the big screen and didn't ask for
You
it?
deserve it.
I don't want it, but I don't want it. So take me off. Anyway, I literally just changed my hot take while watching this game. I know it's early in the season, but I'm seeing something from Philadelphia that I've been seeing for the past 3 or 4 years. I'm seeing something from Doc Rivers that everybody's been complaining about for a while. I know Doc Rivers and them, they signed a 5-year contract. They got a 3-year window. Doc Rivers have a 3-year window before these Philly fans really get mad. If y'all know how Philly fans are, we love you, but we'll hate you too. And something I've seen, against Washington is that he didn't make no adjustments. For years, everybody talks about Doc doesn't make any adjustments. Against Brooklyn, didn't make any adjustments. Doc, this team is talented. I said from the jump, we're automatically the best team we had since just the process started because of the coaching value that you bring. But Doc Rivers, you're the coach. It's time to see adjustments. There was no reason why tonight we didn't execute. There's no reason why in Washington you let Bradley Beal trying to break, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant's record in the first 3 quarters, give you 57 3/4, and you didn't make no adjustments. Doc Rivers, I love you. Doc Rivers, I'm glad you're a coach of that team you see behind me. But trust me, Doc Rivers, if you don't, when it comes playoff time, you don't make no adjustments. If you don't help these young guys win, your window in Philadelphia is not going to be that long because I'm not trying to tolerate it. And the Sixers front office is not going to tolerate it because sooner or later we don't win. Our 2 stars might not want to be there much longer. Doc Rivers, the pressure on you. Tonight, we played bad tonight. We're going to talk about the Sixers later. It's early in the season. That's fine. But I need to see a different Doc Rivers. I need to see a Boston Celtics Doc Rivers that takes control of his players and makes adjustments. Because the Doc I'm seeing right now, I'm 50-50 on him.
All right, Landon.
So the Phoenix Suns started 6-2.
My 5th seed.
My hot take is the Phoenix Suns ride the wave, and I know it's early in the season, but it is a hot take, and they make the Western Conference Finals. So that's my hot take. They've been hot lately, and I think they can ride it. They got Chris Paul, Devin Booker. They're both playing pretty good, as well as Mikal Bridges. That's his name, right?
Yes, sir.
Makai.
They're going to ride it, and they're going to go to the Western Conference Finals, and we'll see what happens there. But I believe they're good, and they're gonna stay good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Con man.
You know, Landon, that was a good point. But what you're failing to realize is that Chris Paul, who's on my fantasy team, by the way, great player. But as the year goes on, he is very injury prone. And I think that's going to be a big factor on how Phoenix ends up concluding their season. They're playing very well right now, but I think that in due time, I hope it don't happen, but I think Chris Paul is going to end up getting hurt. He's going to be gone for an extended amount of time, and it's going to affect the Phoenix Suns' quest for the championship, as you stated.
I hope not. I like to see them winning. That doesn't happen very often.
Y'all think so?
Oh, I agree.
My quick rebuttal is that if DeAndre Ayton doesn't miss the first 25 games of last year, they're making the playoffs. I think they have good enough. I think they have a good enough roster right now. Not saying that, say Chris Paul missed 15, 16 games, they're going to go 15, 16 and 0, but I think they go by above 500 in that extent, especially when you add in a Jay Crowder. When your bench gets better, you know, losing Chris Paul is huge, but I think they're talented enough to be, you know, like a Sacramento Kings right now. You know, they're that good to be that tweener team. So, you know, taking out Chris Paul, they still make it. But for me, that's why I got him my 5th seed, because I know Chris Paul is going to miss some time, but without him, I still think they're a playoff team. I think it's going to balance out.
Man, my hot take is, you know, I was sitting down last night watching Golden State play the Clippers. And, you know, I must say, you know, they competed with the Clippers. You know, the Clippers, they can't say they ran off with it because, hey, even with Steph Curry struggling the way he was struggling, they still found a way to keep that a competitive game. Golden State, if I was you, I would trade Draymond Green while he has some kind of value left in him. Because to me, right now, that he's just a body, man. I mean, to me, he does not look like Draymond Green of the old. He cannot hit a wide open three. You could leave him right there open, and he'll still miss it. This dude is not contributing on the court. I know he's making assists and rebounds. I know he's helped setting offense, but you could trade him maybe for a dude in Cleveland for Kevin Love. Would you do that? I would. Somebody that can still give you some points, who can give you rebounds. He can definitely help Steph Curry as well, because Steph needs help making that dude. I feel sorry for Steph Curry. This is the one.
Whoa. Don't feel sorry for him. He needs to play better.
No, he do need to play better, but it feels sorry for me.
I don't. Nobody felt sorry for LeBron. Nobody felt sorry for James Harden. I'm tired of people saying I feel sorry. You know, okay, no, feel bad for Bradley Beal, who's been having great games every single game this year, who just has 60 and lost. Don't feel bad for Steph Curry, because when they lose, he plays bad. Bradley Beals have great performances and they still lose. Steph Curry's scoring 13 points and they lose. I don't feel bad for him at all.
You couldn't have said that any better.
He's playing bad. When they lose, he's shooting 2 for 10. He started off the year 4 for 20 from the 3-point line. I don't feel bad for him. He needs to play better.
What I'm saying is the players around him, you have a Draymond Green.
Don't matter.
The contract that he got.
Don't matter.
He's not stepping up to be that second player. Don't
matter.
Hey, Draymond, this is your time. This is your chance.
Green not the second player on that team anyway. It'd be Andrew Wiggins. And Andrew Wiggins is playing good right now. Not great.
He is. But I'm just saying that you would have thought of Draymond Green. I mean, we all know he's not the scorer. We all know that he's not going to give you 20, 25 a night. But he at least can give you something. At least give us something. And he have not given them anything. So if I'm the Golden State Warriors, I'm finding a way to get him up out of there while he has some kind of trade value, and try to see if you can get something to help give this team a boost and give some kind of help to Steph Curry, because they need it. All right, let's move to the next topic, to the Boston Celtics versus the Miami Heat. You know, hey, it was a battle last night. You know, I watched that game. It was nothing but toughness. You know, Boston pulled it out. Landon, what was your thoughts on that game? Okay, Chris Brown.
Yes.
What was your thoughts on the game?
I mean, very close game, you know, between two very, very good teams, the two teams that went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. You know, this is a hell of a game. I mean, Jason Tatum, 27 points. He showed you why he's really that guy. He showed you why he's an all-star. Showed you why he's a max player. You know, you look at the two leading scorers and him and Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's been cooking this year. But what I like from Jaylen Brown is that some people, like, he scored 21, and I got people saying that this off game for him. That tells you the level of improvement that he's shown. Because last year, him scoring 21, that's good enough. That's what we need from you. But for him saying, 21's that's an off game, and they were still able to pull out the victory, it's sensational. But when I look at everybody else, man, Kemba needs to come back because they're not getting no consistent offense from anybody else. I mean, I didn't understand the Tristan Thompson signing. He gave you 9.7 rebounds. I didn't think you needed him at all. I mean, Theis gave you 13 points, but wasn't really that efficient. Marcus Smart, 3 for 10, wasn't that efficient. I mean, off the bench, I mean, shout out to Pritchard, you know, the rookie that's playing nice, but he was 3 for 10. You didn't really get a lot of efficiency off the Boston Celtics bench, something that I wanted them to really, you know, work on it all season, and I didn't think they did it that much, and it showed. When I look at Miami, I mean, you know, Bam Adebayo flirted with a triple-double. Good game from him. You know, Duncan Robinson did his thing, but where's the help? Tyler Hero, he was kind of a no-show. Bam Adebayo, like I said, did his thing. Jimmy did his thing. Off the bench, you didn't really get a lot of help though. Gonzaga's inefficient. You know, Iggy, I mean, he gave you 9 points. I mean, but you didn't get a lot from off the bench. You got a lot of inconsistency. So for me, it was a hard-fought team against, you know, with two very, very good teams. Boston did enough to pull out the victory, and I think Boston's still a better team right now.
All right, Con, man, what's your thoughts on that game?
That was a very good game. A game that wasn't really supposed to be played, but I think the Celtics. Now, Chris was talking about Doc Rivers. Well, here in Boston, I'm outside of Boston, and they want Brad Stevens' head. They don't like the way he's coaching. You know, having him take a lot of three-point shots, shooting from the perimeter, not taking control of the team. I think that the Celtics, some of the moves they made, I'm kind of questioning, but I do like the heart. I like the intensity. The couple of sideshows. The big 7'7" guy, I think it's more of a sideshow. You know what I mean? They could probably utilize their pick a little bit better than him. But the Celtics right now, they seem to be playing a little bit better. The Heat, I don't know. Something's missing with the Heat. I think when it comes down to the wire, the Celtics will beat the Heat in the playoffs this year. To me, it seems like the Heat are very inconsistent right now. I think the Celtics are going to get a lot better, depending upon how well Kemba plays. If he comes and is anything like he was last year, that gives him a third wheel. That gives him more offensive weapons. I think that can open the floor for everybody else. That's going to make a lot of other players a lot better. So that game was a great game, exciting game. Out here in Boston area, they love Pritchard. I'm telling you, he could run for mayor right now. They love him. So,
yes.
That's my thing.
He's been playing good, man. I thought it'd be Naismith that honestly would make that impact off the bench, being that kind of two-way, you know, guy, that shooter type of guy. I'm surprised he's not playing more. I'm really shocked on that. I thought that was a great. I thought honestly that was a great value pick for them. So hopefully he starts to play more because they need some scoring and defense off that bench.
All right, Landon, you there?
I think so. Am I good?
Yeah. All right.
All right, perfect. We're talking about the Celtics and Heat. Are we? Yeah. Do you want me to do that? You want me to do that real quick? All right. It was a great game, fun to watch. You know, I'm going to be honest. I don't really have any notes on it because we know what happened. We all watched, right? But I agree with what Conman said. I don't like some of their moves is kind of questionable. Like, so it was a fun game. It was entertaining. And the Heat really let me down this year. I expected more from them just because of what they did last year, and they added, you know, some key pieces. Duncan Robinson's let me down this year. Tyler Hero's let me down this year. So if they want to do anything like they did last year, they got to up their play. That's all.
We do have to remember, I mean, they might still be, you know, trying to recuperate, you know, from an early start and stuff like that.
They're young. They're young. Yeah. They got a bright future.
Yeah, but I still believe the Heat will eventually bounce back from it. I believe that they'll come back and, you know, show us, you know, that team from the last year. But, yeah. All right, let's move to the next topic. Is it playoff or bust for the New Orleans Pelicans this year? Hey, man, they got a team. Eric Bledsoe, Lonzo Ball, they look pretty decent. Zion Williamson looking good. Brandon Ingram looking like that all-star that we know. Steven Adams, and he had a triple-double the other night. Like, who would have thought that dude would have had a triple-double? I mean, so, hey.
Well, he is one of the – go ahead. I'll talk about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so is this playoff or bust year for the Pelicans, Chris?
Okay, one thing I'll say, you said Steven Adams got a triple-double, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised on that.
Right.
I'm honestly not shocked that Steven Adams got a triple-double. Now, did I like that signing for them? No. Even after the triple-double, would I say I like that signing for them? No. But Steven Adams is one of the best passing big men in the game. But for me, that's not player for bust for this team. Because once they traded away Drew Holiday, I knew they were building for the future. We look at all the guys they got on their team, you can tell they're kind of taking that next step towards the future. Eric Bledsoe, he's good. I mean, listen, are they trying to make the playoffs? Yes. But if they don't, should they be mad or will I be mad? No, because I don't think, it's the time for them right now. I think another 2 to 3 years, they're really going to blossom. Brandon Ingram is showing you that he's really that number one guy. Zion Williamson, he's showing you that, okay, maybe Zion's not going to score 30, but he's going to be so efficient. And he hasn't even came close to unlocking his full potential. It's scary. Now, the question is, can they re-sign Lonzo? A lot of people are they're here with Lonzo. We all understand shooting has to get better. But one thing about him is his defense is there, his playmaking is there, and his willingness to make everybody around him better is there. So I think if you can secure Lonzo for the future, soon, give it to Eric Bledsoe. You can start Josh Hart. You have to find a center that's going to work for them. They're going to be great, for the future. But for right now, player for bust for the Pelicans, nah, it's no player for bust. Go out there, play good basketball, get better, learn, get good chemistry, and they'll be fine.
Man, this year, I don't think it's playoff bust this year. But, man, shout out, I know you mentioned Lonzo Ball. This year, he might get that most improved player of the year this year. Have you guys seen what this dude have done? Like, he's averaging 13 points a game, shooting 40% from the field, 32% from three, giving you 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal a game. Like, this dude have had games where, this dude is, I know Chris believed in him. I believed in Lonzo Ball as well, because that dude, I liked it. I loved it when the Lakers drafted him, So, yeah, then Brandon Ingram, giving you 24 points a night, shooting 46% from the field, 37% from three, giving you 7 rebounds, 5 assists. This dude is showing you why he was an all-star last year, and he's just carrying it onto this year. And then, like you said, Zion Williamson with the bully ball, showing you why, he was drafted where he was drafted, showing that he is that dude. I think they're maybe a year or two off before making the playoffs. They might make a run with this playoff tournament at the end of this year. We'll just see. Steph Van Gundy is doing a wonderful job coaching them, giving them to go out there and compete, willing to play hard each week, each game, each night. So we'll just see. Con, do you see anything different from us? Do you think they're a playoff team this year? Or do you think it's playoff or bust for this team?
It is absolutely not playoff or bust. Again, you just stole my shine as far as the coaching is concerned. They have a great coach. They believe in them. They're stacked with their talent, and I think that definitely not playoff or bust. But I think in about 2-3 years, just like Chris said, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with, man. They all just learn how to play with each other. I think again, Bledsoe is kind of going on a downtrodden of his years, but Pelicans, I got them right now, not making the playoffs. I got them fourth in the Southwest Conference behind Dallas, San Antonio, and Houston. But also, I want to talk about how the coaches are making a big impact. It's like the Knicks now with Tibbs, who I happened to play against in college, by the way. But yeah, I think the Pelicans definitely not going to make the playoffs, but it's not that's not a bust if they don't.
All righty. Well, gentlemen, let's get to that point of the show where we're about to wrap things up. But you know how we do it here on Real Talk. We only do it one way. We finish it with the rank 'em. Since we have an historian of the game, he can teach us a lot about this game.
Yeah,
teach them. Hey, let's rank them. We want you to go first.
I know that.
We want you to go first. Con, rank these players, please. Let us know. Let us know where you have Dr. J. Let us know.
Okay.
Yeah, let us know where you got Jerry Gervin, Dominique Wilkins, and Dr. J.
All right. Well, this is really a tricky question because first of all, you got 2 forwards and a guard. So I mean, to really answer that efficiently, it's kind of uneven, only because you got Dr. J, who was a small forward, you got Dominique, who was more of a power forward, and you got Josh Greben, who was a 2 guard. So I mean, to compare, it's kind of like, apples and oranges. But to break it down for you, the ultimate scorer was Josh Greben, unstoppable, 6'7", play point guard, play shooting guard, can do it, can do it all. Dr. J is number 1 in my eyes. But another difference, the 2 guys, Dr. J and George Gervin, is they played in the ABA. Mm-hmm. Dominique only played in the NBA. So you got to take that in consideration also. So if I'm going to break it down for you, and I got to see all of them play at the beginning of their careers, I'm going to go Dr. J number 1. I'm going to go Josh Gervin number 2. And I'm going to go Dominique number 3. But again, you put Josh Gervin there, he's really a guard. The other 2 guys are forwards.
Okay, cool. Hey, history on Real Talk. Hey, Chris Brown.
Yes, sir.
What's your thoughts on it?
Man, I mean, Khan really took everything I was going to say. That's why, look forward for the debate. Me and him going to talk about the day is coming soon. This guy right here, he's the historian, but I'm the young historian. I think like how he thinks, especially with everything my grandfather taught me. And he said it. He had the list right down the back. Dr. J number 1. I mean, first of all, you see the banner behind me. You know how many posters I got, the stories I heard from Dr. J, and not the NBA stories. I'm talking about the ABA stories. And if you look at the stats, it back them up. If you add the ABA stats and NBA stats, you talking about leading scorer, talking about that guy, Dr. J's right there. And who's right there with him? George Gervin. You talking about the ultimate scorer. We love talking about all these new players now, and they scoring, 24, 25. You know how many times George Gervin averaged 27, averaged 30? I mean, George Gervin, the Iceman, he got that name for a reason, that finger roll. Everybody loves these layups. Who was starting them? George Gervin. And, we talk about, everybody was talking about Lonzo jump shot. George Gervin had a funny-looking jump shot, but buckets is buckets. And number 3, I got to go to human highlight film. I got to go Dominique. But it's no disrespect to Dominique. Because if you remember, I said Dominique, for me, is one of the most underrated guys of all time. Same thing with all these guys, because you talking about all these new small forwards, the Paul Georges, the Kawhis, all these new guys. Nobody wants to pay respect to all these guys that scored 20,000-plus points. Put respect on their name. But for me, I got Dr. J, George Gervin, and Dominique.
My list is the same way as you guys as well. Landon's yours any different?
Yeah, it is. So number 1, I got Dr. J, and I think it's easy. I mean, I looked at stats, right? So obviously, I have not been able to see these guys play, as you guys may assume.
I haven't either, but I just go.
I've seen highlights. I've seen 30 for 30s. I've seen, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go off what I've seen in stats. So number 1, Dr. J, he was phenomenal. His career 22 points, 6.7 boards, and 3.9 assists. So he's leading. And he's tied for the best in rebounds in this category, leading assist, and he's 3rd place in scoring, actually. But he was a forward, so you can't really expect much. You got the rebounds from him, and you got the assists from him. That's why I put him at number 1, and he's also phenomenal of what I've seen. So at number 2, I'm going Dominique Williams, or Wilkins, excuse me, Dominique Wilkins.
Oh, yeah. Williams, okay.
24.8 points. 6.7 rebounds and 2.5 assists. At number 3, I'm going George Gervin. 26 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. The reason I put Dominique Wilkins over Gervin is because of the rebounds. He had more rebounds. Gervin had more points. Gervin was also a guard. Wilkins was a forward. So I think if you want a forward, you want your rebounds, you want your blocks, steals. But he also was putting up the points, right? He was -2 points from a guard. So that's the only reason I put him at number 2. I looked at stats. I haven't seen him play. See, that's why I think me and Conman have a different list because he's seen him play. I haven't. So it's a different point of view. But that's why I went off stats. That's
one more thing to add about all these guys. We talk about scoring now, and one thing it's a difference between a scorer and you got a volume scorer. That it takes that many shots to get that many points. All these guys were very efficient scorers.
right.
I mean, there was high flyers. They dominated around that rim area, but at the end of the day, they got buckets, post up, driving, quick pull ups. Shout out to Dr. J. He was my number 1, regardless. You see the banner, you know how I feel about the man.
When I saw the name, I said he's number 1.
But Iceman's a good name too now. And the human highlight world, these are all good names. But all these three guys are legends. And I feel like, my era specifically, they don't give these guys the just due. Everybody wants to talk about Paul George, please. He doesn't compare to these three guys. Everyone wants to talk about Kawhi Leonard. He's good. These three guys are great. These three guys don't get the respect they deserve. And that's why I wanted to do this list to shed some highlight on these guys. Because I feel like, man, they're some of the three best guys we've seen in this league.
And Fred, can I say one thing? One more thing, if I could say one more thing. As far as Dr. J and George Gervin, which you guys probably not aware of, the NBA fails to recognize all the points scored in the ABA.
Yes.
They fail to recognize them. That's number one. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I had the pleasure of playing against Dr. J. So, that was an honor and a pleasure. And I could tell you a story about that another time.
I think we need that story tonight if it's up to me. If it's up to me, that's what we get. But it's not up to me. So
maybe next time. But yeah, I had the pleasure of playing against Dr. J, Nate Archibald. I mean, who does that? I'm very fortunate, you know what I mean? But so Dr. J, and now when I played against Dr. J, you gotta remember there was only 3 channels: ABC, CBS, and NBC. And games were only 1 game a week. So they were larger than life. And to be able to get a chance to play against him at his prime. It was right before the ABA went to the NBA. It was 1976. And be able to.
Oh, he cut out. But one thing I want to say before he gets back is he wasn't lying, because if you add up all the points, Dr. J is number 8 on the all-time scoring list with over 30,000 points. If you add in his ABA points, if you add in George Gervin, he's 16th. But even without playing in the ABA, Dominique Wilkins is 15th on all the lists. But truly NBA, he's 13th. He doesn't get enough credit for scoring over 26,000 points, almost 27,000.
Yep. Well, man, we had another wonderful show. Want to thank Landon. Want to thank the Con Man for able to fill in for Coach Cam. Want to thank Chris Brown for being on here yet again. Hey, this is Real Talk. Hey, we're off for the week. We'll be back Monday. Hopefully, Coach Cam back on here. We better bring the heat. We have a special guest coming on Monday's show. And hey, this Saturday, they have Adam and you have J-Mac, the 2 brothers of the network, going against one another. That'll be another heated debate and another heated topic. Hey, until next time, this is Real Talk. You got your boy Freddie. I don't know why they got me on the big screen. Got your boy Chris
Sign us
Brown.
out, Freddie. Huh? You on the big screen to sign us out.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I see why you lost. Now we taking you off. I see why you lost the debate. You just too slow.
We got Chris Brown. We got Michael. Michael's coming back.
Yeah, I'm back. Hey, I don't know. But that's why hopefully you guys got me here for that, so I can bring back the historical perspective, so they are not forgotten. You know what I mean? That's why I hope I'm here to add to the show. I'm learning so much from you guys. Maybe you guys can learn some things from me.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
And like we said, Michael, want to thank you for coming on for Coach Cam. Until next time, we're signing out. You guys have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making the plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. Great eye in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.